What were the challenges of working on this game, knowing that it was going to be a PSN release versus, you know, the big types of games you guys have done in the past, where you knew you were going to have the full Blu-ray to play with?
Well, you go into it. Okay, actually, what I'd back up and say, Quest for Booty was a huge help in this area. So Ratchet Clank Quest for Booty came out in 2008. And that was the first time that we'd ever tried to go in and make a PSN title in the Ratchet Clank universe. And so there was a lot to look at there and say, hey, you know, like this ended up working really well. You know, here's something that we would have changed. And so as a starting point, it was trying to think of, we knew that there was a certain amount of stuff that we could make. Like that's just a production reality. But really what we were focused on is figuring out how we can get as much as possible out of that, you know? How can we take this and encourage players so they'll want to go back again and again and again without that just feeling stale? And that's probably like one of the biggest areas where we pushed ourselves. I mean, it's true of the competitive mode that we have in this. A lot of the things were built around trying to get players coming back.
How big an experience is this game from the perspective of levels and depth from that perspective?
I don't think we've talked about specific numbers on levels, but there's, and this is going to sound cheesy, but there's a ton of gameplay there. And you know, like just playing it recently and looking at it, it's always like one of these things that comes up and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe how many skill points we have. I can't believe that we have a platinum trophy in a PSN game. Like that's really cool. I can't believe we have a campaign that you can play by yourself. You can play co-op, and then we also have a whole competitive mode, you know, with all these skins and then skins available for purchase. Like there's a lot there.
Can you talk a little about the competitive mode and what that is going to bring to the table?
Yeah, definitely. So competitive mode is something that we all have wanted to bring back to Ratchet for a long time. Fans will remember that we had it in Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal and Deadlocked, and then we just haven't had the chance to bring it back. It never felt like the right time, but it's something that we wanted to bring back. And so for some, like, it's finally getting to get competitive back into Ratchet and Clank. For us, it was really exciting to take a lot of what we had built in the campaign, you know, the exploration, the base defense, and try to mix them up and deliver this MOBA-like player versus player experience. That was the thing that was really exciting to us. Like, we didn't start off, you know, on day one of this project saying we will have a campaign and we will have a competitive mode. Like, a lot of the competitive mode just was development was really organic. We were looking at what we were building for campaign and saying, you know, it'd be really cool. We could shoot each other and we could like send enemies at each other, and so that in of itself is incredibly exciting. A lot of the times you have to have you have all this stuff worked out going in, and this is one example of something that emerged as a function of the process. And I'm happy that we can do that even in a AAA game. Like that's really exciting.